We've got a lot of decisions to make in more of the visions, myself included, because I'm trying to figure out if I need to pull for Esther or if I can maybe wait for some of the future units that are coming up. It's such a hard decision to make, and that's why I'm making this 6-week planning guide so you can be best informed about what's coming up in the immediate future, and then you can decide for yourself where you want to spend for your account. Let's start by talking about this week, which is going to be Esther and her VC. She looks like a pretty bulky unit that's going to be good against physical damage, and she is a damage dealer. She can self-heal, she can apply barriers, she can apply courage. She even has high crit damage, and can reduce slash resist as well as single target resist. So she's probably going to be a tank buster. We're waiting to see her levels of slash resist penetration, but I imagine she has them on her passives, and her new VC has her covered anyway. So she's going to be a strong pick against Sellas, but Alstoria has 2 uses of courage and is particularly strong against slash resist. So I don't think it's an auto cancel if you have Esther. Still, she's going to have that elemental advantage, and given water's prevalence in JP, her and her VC are probably going to be smart investments. So we've also yet to have a 100 cost global original unit that's been disappointing, so you can make that decision for yourself. Now, in case you're wondering what JP got the week that we're getting Esther, they actually got the Master Ability 2 upgrades for all of the winter units. So we might actually see that slotted in before Persona, or maybe in between Persona, or we don't really know when it's going to come or if it's going to come, but it is something that I wanted to put on your radar. As far as the Master Ability 2s go, I think Winter Mastery and Winter Victoria are definitely the clear winners. However, I don't know that I'd pull for any of those units. Maybe Winter Victoria if you're really into water, but otherwise I think you can safely leave them alone given what's coming in the future. Next up is the first wave of the Persona collaboration, and that's going to be Joker and Queen. Joker is a unit that I like the more and more I look at his kit. He's a dark unit with missile and slash attacks. He's got great defense penetration, but he doesn't have any resist penetrations. However, he does slash, missile, and non-typed damage, so he can kind of mitigate that weakness a little bit. He's also got great accuracy, and he's very bulky with AoE resist. He can buff your teammates with protect. He's got barrier breaks, defense breaks. He's got good mobility and good range. He also has a 100% hit LB, so he's looking like a very strong dark unit. If you're big into dark, you're going to be pulling for him, or if you like Persona, then this is a great Persona character, probably the best of the 3 to pick up. He also could work with other missile comps, but at that point, I feel like you should maybe be focusing on a different element. Queen is going to be a handout lightning unit. She's very strange because she's got physical strike attacks as well as magic scaling magic attacks on her main and sub kit. She's also going to have a pugilist subjob for some more strike attacks and a gunner subjob for more physical attacks, but when it comes down to it, her stats are really low. She does have a powerful Curata level heal, she has good accuracy, she's got barrier break, spirit break, re-raise removal. At the end of the day, her stats are too low to recommend to anybody to spend Visior on, but if you want a slow builder, if she's like going to be a project for your lightning account, then I think she's pretty cool, but not a very good unit. We should also get a URVC with these 2 units, and it's 4 dark units in particular, and it looks pretty good. So we have bestowed of some attack and some accuracy, but then we get the Maneater for all physical attacks, we get some accuracy, and we get some max HP. Now the max HP VCs people are really coming around on right now. The accuracy is okay. I mean, it's not going to be your main slot because you'll probably have the Black Rose Helena for 25 accuracy on, which means this is a sub card, and so I really don't think it's a card for accuracy, and for that reason I actually don't think it's the most necessary card because Dark already has a lot of banger cards, and you might want to be fitting in some other things like single target and AoE resistance. So while this is a really nice card, I think if you are a new player and you need to stock up on some Dark VCs for your new Dark team that's maybe you're putting together, this is going to be a good pull for you. But I think if you're an experienced Dark player, then this is really a judgment call for your account, because I think I might skip it unless we get some cool global buffs for Joker. The first week of May is going to bring the final part of the Persona collaboration, and Violet will come with that. She is a light evasion unit with slash attacks and a gunner sub. Her evasion is comparable to Locke, and she has courage on her main kit. Yay! She's very focused on critical hits and damage, and she's got that fencer sub job to suit that. And then she has a counter that activates whenever she evades, which is pretty amazing. She's lower on the defense penetration side compared to a lot of units, and she's also limited in her slash resist penetration, so those are definitely going to be some areas of weakness. But she does have a very big AoE that not only breaks everybody's AP that it hits, it also restores some AP to her. So paired with Locke, if they hit your party with AoE AP breaks in a row, you might just be totally out of AP, and it could really decimate you in a fight. She's very fast, she's very mobile, can get up to 5 move on her kit. So what do I think? Well, if you can fit her into your light team, by all means you should pull for her, but at this point you can only fit so many units into a team, so there's no need to pull if you already have Locke and Elena. However, if you're missing one of those units, you could pull for Violet instead, or if you want to have more variety, then by all means you could pull for Violet, but you have to really consider all the other things that are coming out in this next period and whether you can spend the Viz on a unit that might not even fit into your light team. Then we have Alstoria coming out in the same week, and this is a unit that a lot of people have very much been anticipating and been looking forward to. However, with Esther coming out, people are a little bit worried, and I don't think you need to be worried. He's still going to be good. Everybody was saying that Terra was dead on arrival, and she's been putting in solid work for weeks now. So Alstoria is better than Terra. He's going to be just fine. So he's a 100 cost water unit. He's got awesome stats, awesome resistances. He has so many sources of defense penetration. He can get up to 100%. He also has slash resist penetration on his Strider sub, and then all the utility that you could possibly want. Dispel, re-raise. He can defense break, 100% hit, barrier break, 2 cast courage. He even has very good accuracy aside from his 100% hit. So he's very strong. You can safely pull for him. Doesn't matter what your account looks like. Just if you want a strong unit, you can just go ahead and you can pull on him. And if it's your first water unit, then great. There's no better start into getting into the water element. Finally, for this week, we have the Light VC, which features Oberon and Jaden on the art. The unit effect for this is some luck and light attack up, and then it's a 50% acquired AP up, and 18% luck up, and then 20 light resist. I think it's good for mirror matches, but honestly, we have better Light VCs, so I would say skip this. The acquired AP up is a really good effect. You keep a lot of it on a second VC slot, but you could just use the Ramada card that has some attack up and some acquired AP up, and I think you're probably gonna have that already. So I wouldn't pull for this. I would definitely save your Viz. In the second week of May, we should have a raid with an MR free VC that comes with a Persona raid. It's an okay VC, it's not really a big deal, it's an MR VC. But then we should get a very good water VC. Now I'm very high on this VC because it's a 25% accuracy, and that's just a huge thing for water accounts to have. If you are a water account, you're going to pull for this. If you think you will get into water at some point, you're going to pull for this. Otherwise, you're just going to wait for it to come to you naturally and build it over time. But it's definitely a great VC. Week 3 of May should bring Resnick, who is a super cool lightning support unit. Her TMR is very interesting because it has a very easy cast and AoE box, and it gives 10% to all attack resistances, which is pretty good. She also has a big single target buff and can bestow a 50% physical barrier. Her Arithmetician sub has all the heals, it has some good attacks, and then she has a massive AoE LB heal. It's a 300 times potency heal. Like, that's massive. 40% attack and magic buff on it as well, and it also dispels all debuffs on your team. So that's like, that LB is so key. The only thing is that it's an LB, so you can only really count on it for one fight. It's still such a big deal. She can still heal, so I definitely like her quite a bit. She's fast, she's very mobile, she's just very limited offensively. She really is meant to be a support healer. The Devout AI can be very tricky to play with as well, and she is an unlimited unit, so you might want to wait to get her on a future banner, on a future off pull or a ticket or something like that. I think Lightning mains are definitely going to want to consider adding her to their collection, but to be honest, everyone else should skip, and even Lightning mains should strongly consider if their Visior is better spent anywhere else. Right after Resnick, we're going to get a week with a VC that's built for her. So this is a very cool magic-based VC. It has a 15% agility buff for lightning units, and then acquired AP up 25%, water resistance 20%. The bestowed is area attack resistance, which is great for Resnick to not die. And the agility, sorry, the card actually has 3 agility as a stat, which you love to see. So this is a really good card. I think lightning mains are going to want to grab an agility lightning card for their accounts. However, you know, again, these VCs, we can get them later on. You can get them in the future. So you have to make some really careful considerations and look at maybe build a hypothetical team with your 6 VCs, including the sub VCs, and think to yourself, am I going to put this in my team? And to be honest, if it's an agility card, then yeah, you probably are. So it looks really good. I think lightning mains are going to be pulling for this one. That's all, folks, for the planning guide for April and May. Let me know what you thought about it, because I've never made one of these types of videos before, and I'm very curious about your feedback. You can be honest with me, what you think could be improved, or what I could do to better predict or show what's happening in the future. And then otherwise, we'll just keep on going. I'll make one for June a little bit later and put that up on the channel as well. Otherwise, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. Join us on Discord, and otherwise, I'll see you all in the next video.